Putin says Russia and North Korea will help each other if attacked, after signing breakthrough partnership.
Here's a summary of the article.
Vladimir Putin said Russia and North Korea have ramped up ties to a new level, pledging to help each other if either nation is attacked in a breakthrough new partnership announced during the Russian president's rare visit to the reclusive state. Thousands of North Koreans chanting, "Welcome Putin," lined the city's wide boulevards brandishing Russian and North Korean flags and bouquets of flowers, as Putin kicked off his first visit to North Korea in 24 years with a finely choreographed display of influence in the dictatorship. Kim, the third-generation leader of a dynasty that has ruled North Korea with an iron fist, beamed visibly as he greeted Putin at the airport in the early hours of Wednesday morning, video footage of the Russian leader's arrival showed. North Korea state media appeared to play heavily into the close rapport between Kim and Putin, describing them as exchanging their pent-up innermost thoughts and opened their minds to more surely develop relations, as rode together from the airport to the Kimsusan State Guest House where Putin is staying. Putin's trip follows Kim's landmark visit to Russia last year, where the two leaders were widely seen as opening this new chapter in their relations predicated on Putin's need for North Korean arms for its ongoing offensive. The exploits of previous generations were a good basis for the development of relations between the two nations, he told Kim, according to Russian state media TASS. A long history. Putin made his last visit to Pyongyang in 2000 for a meeting with Kim's late father and predecessor Kim Jong-il. That trip, weeks after Putin's inauguration for his first term as president, made him the first Russian head of state to visit North Korea. Kim's grandfather Kim Il-sung rose to power in the late 1940s as part of Soviet efforts to install a communist-controlled government in the north to rival a US-backed government in the south following the defeat of the Japanese Imperial Army during World War II. But tightly integrated relations frayed and transformed in the intervening decades, as the Soviet Union collapsed and the new state of Russia established diplomatic relations with Seoul and supported multiple United Nations sanctions on North Korea's weapons program.
This post received a score of 17,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than the Russian leader also presented Kim with a tea set. Not very subtle lol.
Oh, wow, and a window. I've been wanting one of these.
Putin's thugs are going to have a hard time pushing Kim out of a window. He's been cultivating mass to counter this threat method.
The mass also counteracts any normal poison levels. He's well prepared, also doesn't fly planes so won't go way of priggy.
Nah, train derailment?
His train travels slowly, limited damage potential. Bridges go boom.
The weight means he more buoyant, and the extra body mass absorbs any damage before it hits a vital organ.
We need James Franco and Seth Rogen to deal with it. Only answer. And maybe a couple of those dragon dogs.
Starts war. Help, I'm being attacked.
How can Russians be liking any of this?
Russians are used to knowing they have no say in the political system.
Didn't stop them the last revolution. What will it take for them to revolt? Vodka shortage?
It's an open question whether the traditional revolutionary models of our past can ever be successful again in a modern context. Technology changes the game a lot.
Pretty sure traditional revolutions of the past have generally relied on have part, or all, of the army on board with the revolution. They're the guys with the big guns, after all. There's no indication that the Russian brass, who've been getting rich and fat off their positions for the last 20 years under Putin, are inclined to turn on him. At least not since Prigozhin.
Greater than pretty sure, traditional revolutions of the past have generally relied on have part, or all, of the army on board with the revolution. Traditional revolutions are just successful civil wars. So the people form their own army which the army at home doesn't want to fight. The people there formed their own armies and now the military junta is losing.
Should add a nice wrinkle to any relationship between Russia and South Korea.
Not to mention China.
You have to hand it to China for having the wisdom to stay the silent partner on this dumb move. Mind you, it's pretty easy to see Russia as declaring some deep desperation by chumming up with the smelly kid nobody likes to get an ally in this brain-dead, military exercise.
China is glad the spotlight is away from them so they can prepare in peace.
Pretty sure China would have preferred this to happen in the same time than their attack Taiwan, instead of way before so that the Occidentals can wake up, rearm because of Russia and be ready for their attack. China ran out of time to invade years ago.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.